Got quiet all of a sudden. Are we on? Oh, all right, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the River Channel broadcast of Hudson Boys Soccer here at Hudson High School in Hudson, Wisconsin, over on the east side of the state, right across from the Twin Cities of Minnesota, is where Hudson's located, for those of you that maybe aren't aware. So we have a gloomy evening. We had a lot of rain about an hour or so ago, some thunder, some rain. I think it's all blown by us now, and we may get some sprinkles, but I think we're in good shape for the game tonight. So we will have the Hudson Raiders. They'll be in dark blue tonight on the home field, and they are hosting the Chippewa Falls Cardinals out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, which is a little bit north east from Hudson, probably an hour and 20-minute drive or so, and a beautiful area there in Chippewa Falls. I went to college in Eau Claire, not too far from there, so spent some time up in Chip, and we welcome the Cardinals here for what should be a good Big Rivers Conference matchup. I will do a little digging, and my real job, my day job, kept me a little busy this week, but our Raiders are, so I'll look up where Chippewa Falls is in the standings and things like that, but the Raiders have started strong and are off to a 3-0-1 start on the year. So an exciting start for the Raiders. On your screen, the hometown Raiders in blue playing from left to right on your screen, and the Chippewa Falls Cardinals in white playing from right to left on your screen. The Raiders are right on the attack, right on it. And wow, Jack Poole was determined. He kind of was able to walk it in, and he left himself a tough angle, but no one cut that angle, and he could tuck it into the lower left corner. So big goal for Jack Poole of the Raiders, number 10.
Scoring for Hudson, number 10, Jack Poole.
All right, so Raiders off to a solid start, 22 seconds into the match, and the Raiders are off to a 1-0 lead. All right, Raiders back on the attack. Take that kickoff away from the Cardinals and are back on the attack, trying to shove it up the middle, but Cardinals are there to take that ball back. Nice pullback move there. A little passing sequence by the Cardinals there, and now they're moving it up the field. Raiders defense is strong, though, and stepped up on that and took it away. So the Raiders' victories this year have been against Minneapolis Southwest by a score of 2-0, De Pere, Wisconsin by a score of 4-2, and they played at Menominee last Friday, I believe it was, or was it Thursday? I'm not remembering, Nikos. But I think it was Thursday. Now that I look at my sheet, and they won that game 8-0. So they are off to a solid start, and that gives them a 3-0-1 record with the one tie coming against Eastridge High School over in the South Washington County School District, the Woodbury area there. So good things to come from these Raiders. Good take there by Sam Olson. Gets tapped out of bounds, and the Raiders will get to throw here. Oh, good attempt there by Power-Abeas. Try to get ahead on that shot. And ultimately, we have the Cardinals with a free kick. If you are watching this match on YouTube, you can certainly drop a comment in the chat. We love to know who's watching, who you're supporting, where you're from, and those are all fun things to share during the matchup. And I see we have some comments already. Not sure, CH. We appreciate you logging in and adding some comments to the site. And appreciate everybody watching right here from the start. Rainy day, people tend to maybe stay home a little bit more, and good to have you joining in here online. Also appreciate those of you logged into Facebook watching as well. You can't add comments there for me to see and read, but we certainly appreciate you checking in as well. Little tap out by the Cardinals going to give the Raiders a corner kick here. And we'll see how they manage this attack. Looks like we have number 10, Jack Poole, number 11, Will Cook. They're the traditional two on the corner kicks. Raiders sometimes like to play a short game. Sometimes, most often, though, they're putting that ball right into the scoring area. Now they're playing a short game here. Cook sneaks around the edge, sneaks back, tries to sneak a little shot to the near post, but not able to. It's a tough shot because you're kind of going one way and you're trying to kick the ball a whole different direction. So it's something players can certainly do, but it's tricky to do under fire in that box with defenders breathing down your neck and things like that. So good attempt by the Raiders, and they're already back on the attack here. That was a good drive by Kelvin Lassard, but ultimately will be a goal kick here for the Cardinals. Along with our Hudson fans and supporters, we certainly welcome our friends from Chippewa Falls who may be watching, or anyone just looking for some good soccer. And yes, even these games attract people that don't have kids playing or coaches coaching or things like that. So we just appreciate everybody watching. And just know as well that all these games are posted on the River Channel page in YouTube, or River channel, I guess it would be, on YouTube for you to watch over and over again if you'd like. Little tap back there by Quinn Packard. Ball out of bounds. Be a Raiders throw in. Big boot up the field by Packard and sneaks all the way down. And Cardinals are going to play it back to the goalkeeper. He's going to give it a ride back. Good take there by number 19, Kevin Lang of the Cardinals, but ultimately taken back by the Raiders. Olsen on the push up the sideline. Little hand checking. Yeah, pretty hard foul, unnecessary play there in the box, and I think that's going to give the Raiders a penalty kick. First one of the year, I believe, at least for the games I've seen. I've seen them all except the Eastridge and De Pere games. But I don't believe there were any PKs on that. Looks like Raiders are healthy and able. And trying to see the number of the gentleman with the ball. It's number 24, Pau Rabeus, lining up to take this penalty kick after the hard foul in the box. The Cardinals have a very tall goalkeeper, so he's going to have some range to catch those balls. Referee just went and gave a quick explanation. I can tell you it's very rare for a penalty kick in the Big Rivers Conference. The referees generally look for something pretty egregious. That was a pretty solid takedown in the box, pretty unnecessary, and that is what's going to lead to that type of a call in this case. Ref's giving some directions to the goalkeeper. Got to generally stay in your spot till the ball is kicked. Not supposed to move too much. They have sort of adapted to that over time and let players do a little hopping. And Rebeus gives a nice shot in for the second goal of the night for the Raiders at the 6.5-minute mark. And that gives the Raiders a 2-0 lead.
Hudson Raiders go! Number 24, Pau Ribeles.
Back on the attack. Raiders just not relenting here in the opening minutes. Good clear by the Cardinals, and the Raiders will have a throw in at halftime. Great to have our Chippewa Falls friends vlogging in here. Marie, good to have our friends in Spain, Josefina, and your family there, Familia, tuning in from Spain to watch Pau get that goal. I generally, Brogan, I generally don't announce every sub. We usually pick up the stadium announcer, and he announces the subs often, but I will do my best to make a few calls on that if I can get those numbers and make those calls. I know it's good to know because sometimes some of the people you want to see don't show up on the screen, right? So we'll do our best to help you out with that. All right, Raiders back on it. Jack Poole, quick turn. Tries to get a quick clear, but nails it off the back of the defender, and so the Raiders do get the throw in. Lassard on it. Brings it back nicely to Packard, who has a little chip across, but nicely headed out by the Cardinals. Some good defensive play out of the Cardinals here. It's a formidable attacking team here in the Raiders, and the Cardinals are playing tough D as we speak to try to deal with this constant pressure that the Raiders have had since the start of the game. Packard with the throw. Into Cook. The first goal by Jack Poole, I just got the intel from my friend, the team manager of the Raiders, that the assist on the first goal went to Adrian Morales, who that's his first assist of the season, and a great play there. We'll push off on the Raiders is going to give Chippewa a free kick deep in their own territory. It's actually a very pleasant night now that the rain has stopped. It's a little cool, but the air's still a little thick. But it's a nice night to be outside. I'm of course in the booth, but I have a my window open here to see the match clearly, and it's actually quite a nice night. Packard getting battled hard and has to pull back. Cook sends a little chip in, and that was quite a nice play. A little chip back to Will Cook, who chips it to the far post. And the Raiders typically run an offense that tracks those posts, looking for those balls to get there. All right, that looks like number 12, Keller O'Reilly, entering the game for the Cardinals. Here we go. Cook is getting a lot of pressure. He's very solid on the foot skills, and strong for a sophomore. So he holds the ball, passes it back, and the Raiders reset. They're going to send it to the corner. Poole's going to try to catch it, but that ball just was a little too far out. And with the wet turf especially, that ball's going to fly. We now have number 2, Caden Klepping, in for the Cardinals. It's number 7, Liam Siebert, going for that's number 7, Griffin Yonk, going for the left-footed clear, but kind of goes off his foot wonky. Raiders get the throw. Eventually now the Cardinals are clearing that ball out. A lot of pressure by the Cardinals, and they're keeping the Raiders at bay to some degree here. Couple subs. Looks like number 22, Brody Stoll of Chippewa Falls, and number 12, Xavier Island, in the match for the Raiders. Chippewa playing tough, playing strong, just having a hard time breaking through the Raiders' defense, which is they play defense all over the field, which is the trademark of them, to try to keep that ball in the scoring area. For the Cardinals, number 11, Cale Dillenbeck, entering the game, re-entering the game after a short break. Good step and take there by number 4, Grant Von Hayden. Raiders defense takes it back, though. Another throw in for the Raiders. All right, Chippewa Falls, I've got their schedule up on Max Preps, and it looks like they're off to a solid start this year too. Looks It's like on August 26th, they fought Marshfield to a 1-1 tie, and then faced off against Onalaska to a 1-1 tie, and then took it to River Falls 5-0. So 1-0-2 record from what I'm seeing for Chippewa Falls. If Brogan or anyone else out there watching Chippewa Falls, if I'm missing something, fill me in. But it's definitely a positive start for this team. It's definitely a lot of skill and speed and tenacity. So I'm expecting this will have some fun excitement tonight as well. Quick take by the Raiders. Sam Olson's sending it way out wide. Quinn Packard's there to pick it up. Quinn's having a great season, a senior year, and captain. It's just kind of all over the field. He's playing defense, but he's contributes on the offense, helps in the midfield, does a lot to support this team. 16-minute mark. Raiders continue to lead 2-0. Nice cut back in there by Poole. Sneaks in even further. Yeah, there's Will Cook. Good play by Sam Poole, taking it in, passing it back. It got a little spinny, a little weird, and it was a little awkward for Cook so it wasn't a pounded shot, but he was able to get that ball in the goal. Goal was Cook, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think so.
Scoring for Hudson, number 11, Will Cook.
All right, Will Cook, sophomore scorer for the Raiders. He makes a lot of things happen, but that is Will Cook's 5th goal of the season. He also has 5 assists to match that, so Will is off to a solid start. And Calvin Lassard, another scoring leader on this team, with his 4th assist on that goal. And Cal has 3 goals and 4 assists. So we're seeing some great action here. And the exciting part of that is that Will is a sophomore and Cal is a junior. So that little twosome is going to be back next year again to drive and lead this late Raider team. Thanks, Brogan. I appreciate the confirmation there. So sometimes Max Preps is off a little bit, so I just always like to make sure. All right, Josefina, you are making me think through my old Spanish vocabulary, and I appreciate that. Here we go. Raiders up 3-0. We're at about the 18.5-minute mark. Little trip in the corner on Chippewa Falls, and the Raiders get a free kick. That's Parker Schrumpke taking the short pass up to that's Lassard, tries to sneak it through to Will Cook, who ends up with the ball, gets attacked. So foul on the Cardinals. Cook went down. Not sure the slide tackle was exactly the foul, but it was kind of the sandwich effect of what happened there. Raiders set up a nice play there, but denied by the defense of the Cardinals, and a good play overall there. technically slide tackles are legit. They're fair. They're legal as long as you get the ball, and you may make contact after you get the ball. But technically, that is not then a foul. It's if you don't get the ball, it's a foul. And usually, slide tackles, especially if they're from behind, they're going to be a card as well. But it's a judgment call. It's an angle call by the ref, so it's always a little tricky. In the days of my coaching, I coached soccer for over 30 years and played for probably 15 to 18 years. Can't even remember now. I guess I'm getting old. But the slide tackle has always been a controversial choice of strategy on defense. Blast over the goal by the Raiders. We have a couple subs in. I'm trying to see. Okay, number 9 and number 10 of Chippewa Falls. So that is Colin Subert re-entering the game. Colin was a starter. And number 10, Brody Mosel in for the Cardinals. The air is a little foggy. I think that's fog, Nikos, isn't it? Yeah. So a little fog in the air, nothing that's affecting the game, but all right. They come in, they get a shot. It's a good play by the Cardinals, streaking down the sideline, some speed to just stay a step ahead to get the shot off, and Parker Strumke there, though, to make the save. So Cardinals get that first all-important attack down. They know they can do it, and might build some confidence for them. But here comes Will Cook on the counterattack. Good ball movement by the Raiders there, but with nothing to yeah, Brogan, I agree with you as well. It's always tricky, and it's easy sitting up here in the booth to see some angles, and referees do their best. One thing the Cardinals are doing is they're really that's I think a little different than what I recall in the past, because I've been announcing for about 4 years now that they're really playing some tenacious defense with multiple players, and that ends up with collisions and things like that too when you're playing that very aggressive defensive style that they need to here. So there were days back in the day when people felt that fouls were just not something soccer should have. It's but fouls are part of the game and they happen. So here we go. Raiders back on the attack. Good ball out. Some good defensive play here out of the Cardinals despite the 3-0 score. Will Cook in the corner again. It's a little spin move. Cook is one of those players with the confidence to kind of move around without the ball while he has the ball, and it can really play mind games with the defense when you do that. I was never that good with the ball skills, so I was more of a physical presence than a extremely skilled presence on the field. Here we go. Ball's at midfield. Moving into the 25th minute of the match, our score remains 3-0 with the Raiders in the lead. All the way back to Strumke, who's going to take a punt for the Raiders. Upcoming for the Raiders in their schedule are a couple games this weekend. So they're going to, after this game here, they'll have a game at UW Stout, which is in Menominee, which is about maybe 45, 50 minutes from Hudson, just up 94. They'll take on Kimberly High School, which I believe is the Madison area. And then Saturday, they will play Cedarburg High School here at Hudson. So I don't think we'll be announcing the game on Friday at Stout, but the home game, the game will be broadcast. I'm actually going to be out of town, so there'll either be a different announcer or no announcer, or Nikos, our equipment guru here and all around video guru and expert. He may throw in a few comments from time to time too. So. And that would be worth tuning in for, I think. Inadvertent handball. I think the fan base thought there was a foul called, but it looked more like a handball. Inadvertent, but a handball nonetheless. I like what I'm seeing from Chippewa, even though they're not necessarily having massive success, but they're trying to work that ball up the field. They're not just clearing it time after time. They're making passes to their mids and their strikers, trying to move the ball, and that's going to serve them well throughout the season. Another sub for the Cardinals. I'm trying to see who that is. I think it was number 12. Keller O'Reilly in the game for the Cardinals. I may have missed that. The booth is a long ways away, and the Wisconsin rules are, in situations like this, the teams benches have to be on the far side of the field, which makes it harder to see across the field. And then it's a little foggy, a little gloomy. You do have binoculars, but then the front number on the players is the small, really small number. So if they don't give their back to us, it's even harder to see. So anyway, woe is me, right? Poor me. Oh, it's a nice sneaky ball through. And oh, wow. Cook, sneaky ball through, gets by, hits the right hand post, and it comes back out to goalkeeper. I think that's Mitchell Schretner, and he makes a save. So good job, Mitchell. And now we have number 7, Griffin Yonk, back in the game for the Cardinals. Yeah, Cook is wishing he had that one back. Yeah, Josefina, that was a close one. Oh, looks like a little man down for the Cardinals. Getting helped off. The Raiders always have a professional training crew here out of TCO, Twin Cities Orthopedics, I believe. Or it could be a district employee now. I'm not sure how that works, but we always have a highly trained trainer at these matches to take care of both the home team and the away team in these situations. So he'll be in good hands, and we'll hope we'll see him back on the field in a few minutes. Another ball for the Raiders, just way too far out in front, though. And Mitchell with another save. Going to pick that up and give it a ride here. It's a big boot. He's a tall young man, and he's getting a lot on that ball. So that could be dangerous down the field. I'm sure in other games too that the way he can put that ball up there is definitely something the offense likes for Chippewa Falls. All right, Raiders back on the attack, spreading it out. Quick passes out to Packard right now. Brings it back to Giovanni Morales. Up to Sam Olson. Cardinals disrupting, but the Raiders tend to keep their hands on the ball. Like Diego Vega's in for the Raiders. I missed him coming in. He kind of did wasn't a trip, but he got kind of flipped and he kind of did a on the move somersault and got back on his feet from the somersault. So that might have been the play of the day almost. Yeah, it's a Cardinals throw-in. Off of Kieran Britz of the Raiders. All right, several Cardinals entering the game. I'm not sure I'm going to get all of them for you all. At 24 before they all kind of scattered. 24, Connor Kolinsky back in the game for the Cardinals. Sam Olson out far wide with the ball for the Raiders, pushing it up the field. Nice little play back there by Morales of the Raiders. Little chip in. Oh, big header. Oh, and a blast. A blast by Calvin Lassard. He kind of had his own little shot that got deflected, and then he did sort of a side wheel blasted shot that just Calvin Lassard with the goal.
Scoring for Hudson, number 18, Calvin Lassard.
So that is Lassard's fourth goal of the season, scoring at about the 30-minute mark, almost the 31-minute mark, 30 minutes, 40 seconds. Kind of assisted himself, so heck of a play, and absolutely not much a goalkeeper can do to stop that type of a blast, unless he just sends it right at you. Because he was playing the first shot that bounced off, I think, the crossbar, and then nice take there. Good play by Dawson Flug. Raiders back on the attack. Send a through ball through, but yeah, pull down foul there on Lassard. Kind of hooked him, and I want to say the injured player is number 10, Brody Mosel. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's up and walking. Looks like maybe something with maybe his back. He's kind of limping a little bit, so it might be something with one of his legs, but he's kind of stretching his back quite a bit. So this is kind of the weather that you can get cramps, muscles tightened up on you in the cool, wet weather. So I'm hoping he will be loosened up and ready to come back maybe in the second half. Throwing for the Cardinals. Yeah, throwing for the Cardinals. Referee first indicated Raiders throw, but adjusted it correctly. Actually, was kind of a big chest bump, so they're going to get a free kick here, and that is number 5, Dawson Flug, ready to take this kick. They should be able to put this in an interesting area. It's actually a great ball by Flug and a good header attempt by the Cardinals. So a true threat there on that play, and the Raiders avoid it. They get the header off. So kind of a low centering play. That was number 19. Kevin Lang of the Cardinals with that header. So nice little combo play there by the Cardinals, but not able to put it in the net. So Raiders back on the attack. Adrian Morales chasing in the corner, and Diego Vega goes down again. Ends up as a goal kick here at about the 34-minute mark. The fog is thickening. Remember a few games as a coach. I was largely a traveling coach for most of my life, and there were some of these evening games where there would be fog all over the field. Not enough to make it hard to play, but certainly made it interesting. Oh, good tap out pass there. Olsen gets disrupted. I think it was a little pinball action there. Goes off of Olsen. It'll be a Raider or a Cardinals throw-in. I'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in to the River Channel. My name is Jeff Ian. I'm the announcer, and I am joined with my colleague Nikos Wired, who does all technical things to make this happen for you, and we appreciate everything he does, and we appreciate all of you tuning in. The River Channel tries to broadcast all of the home games of Hudson boys soccer and a number of away games. So we will try to keep you up to date on those away games as we will do them. But you should be able to count on seeing every home game at least. So River Channel also brings in the football games, baseball games, girls soccer games, probably basketball games, and others as well as a whole bunch of events around the city of Hudson. So we appreciate the River Channel and how it brings the game to so many people all over the, used to say country, but now we have Josefina and her family in Spain watching us regularly. So all over the world. Raiders back on it. Number 2, Cohen Miller in there for the Raiders, taking that goal kick and bringing it down. So in about 3.5 minutes, it'll be halftime, and we will take a 10-minute break from the broadcast, and we'll get you back. So take a little break yourself, maybe get a snack, let the dog out, do the things you need to do for 10 minutes, and then come back and join us for the second half. Cardinals keep attacking. They've found some seams. They've had some attempts, so their confidence is growing on the offensive end here, and we'll see what happens here. They get a free kick here. Another little push off by the Raiders. They should be able to put this in the scoring area and see what they can do with it this time. It's a low ball, but a screamer, and those are tricky. And it's going to be a corner kick. I think the Raiders thought they had a goal kick, but that ball spun off a Raider, I think off the head or foot, and that's going to be a corner kick. Here they go. Another chance. That was a strong corner kick, low driving. Those are awfully hard to score off of. And the Raiders are having the corner, but they're getting again the tenacious defense of the Cardinals, keeping the ball down there. All right, Raiders pushing it up. It's Cook with the ball. Plays it up the middle. He had guys in the corner in the middle, but Vega with a great little play back there in the middle. Tough off balance shot by Morales goes off the back of the Cardinals. Cardinals eventually get the clear. They're going to get back on the attack. Good try there. Nice little play by number 8, Grayson Simonson. Trying to lead, let him a little too much on that ball. All right, Lassard on it, trying to feed Vega. Vega all over the place, all over the ground. He's playing his heart out right now. I love it. Down to about a minute and a half. Remember, we'll take a short break and be back 10 minutes after the half hits. Little through ball there, but Strumke's going to pick it up. He's going to get it out quickly. Raiders are going to try to get one last attack here. Packard sends it up. Will Cook is on it, but that's Mitchell Schrader. He gets out there. He disrupted the first play, but didn't quite do with it what he wanted, but he was able to clear that ball outside of the box. Now we're down to about 20 seconds left in the half. Again, we'll see you back in about 10 minutes, and we appreciate all of you tuning in for the first half and hope we see you all the second half tuning in as well.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. All right, everybody. Here, welcome back to a foggy second half here in Raider Stadium. I think you might be able to see on the screen a little bit. It almost looks like it might be rain, but it's actually some fog rolling in, which is kind of fun. It's definitely not low enough on the field to affect any part of the game, but it's exciting here at Hudson Raider Stadium. So we'll start the second half. Raiders with a 4-0 lead. The last probably 10 to 15 minutes of the second half, though, Chippewa Falls made some excellent offensive runs and had a couple opportunities and just not able to capitalize those, hence the score of 0 for them. But we'll see what the second half brings here. The Raiders, if you are just tuning in, are in dark blue, playing from right to left on your screen now. And the visiting Chippewa Falls High School Cardinals in white, playing from left to right on your screen. Had a lot of scoring, of course, on the Raiders side tonight. For those of you that maybe missed the first half, we have Jack Poole with the first goal, assisted by Adrian Morales. Second goal was Paul Rebeus on a penalty kick, so that's an unassisted goal. Will Cook with the third goal, assisted by Calvin Lassard, and then Calvin Lassard with the fourth goal, with Jack Poole on the assist. So, as a former coach, I can tell you I love seeing 4 goals by 4 different players. It means you've got a variety of people putting the ball in the goal, which is great for a big, long, competitive season ahead. Raiders play it all the way back to Parker Strumke. Gives it a blast. Wow. And Raiders are on it. Sard with a nice take. Gets it up to Cook. Great dish pass by Cook. Jack Poole gets the setup shot and just sends it, probably about 2 feet wide of the goal. I think if Jack could have that back, he would pay whatever it would cost, because I think he had a chance to put that wherever he wanted, and it's the air is moist, the field is wet. We had a lot of rain here earlier. Even though it's a nice turf field with drainage, it's still wet, and that ball does some strange things when it gets wet. It's hard enough, soccer is a sport where you're really using your feet, so it's tricky enough in good conditions, but that ball can take weird hops on you when it's wet and cool. I don't know what fog does to the ball, but maybe it does something. Picks up some moisture when it gets higher up there. Here come the Raiders. We had a great showing here on YouTube channel in the first half, and it looks like we've got a good contingent of you at home there, watching from the dry, warm confines of your home rather than here at Hudson Raider Stadium, where it's cool, wet, and it's kind of one of those cool, wet, humid nights. So tough one to dress for. Raiders defense holds, going to send it up the field. Cardinals tough in the middle of the field. Good disruption there. They get the take. They get a nice little passing sequence. Pulling it wide, continuing it out wide. Good play there by Nathan Murkey to bring it back, and then the through ball gets stuck by Lassard of the Raiders and pushed up the field now. Good ball up to Cook. Cardinals running hard. They're trying to keep numbers back on defense, but they also know they got to have numbers on offense if they're going to do anything score-wise. So I think the Chippewa Falls game plan is you guys got to run, and they're doing it. And it's even though the score is 4-0, they're playing tough. Thanks for tuning in, Zaylen Sweet, cheering on. I'm guessing that is Teddy Anderson, number 6 of the Raiders, getting some a shout out there online. Raiders with the ball, comes in, pop up header by the Cardinals, and then they get the clear. Now they send it out wide. Raiders attacking right away though. A little physical battle there. A little too much physicality there from Cohen Miller, and the Raiders get called for the foul. Ball sneaks through for the Raiders, all the way to Strumke, who calls for it. He'll get the punt off to get that ball up the field quickly. Oh, heck of a turn by Rebeus, but and a little delayed call, but definitely a trip there. Not a purposeful, egregious one, but a foul nonetheless. Raiders back on the attack. Good takeaway there by the Cardinals defense. Try to sneak that ball out, but it goes out of bounds off of Joe Heckman of the Raiders. We'll keep our eye on Teddy, and we'd love to see him get that honor here this year for Big Rivers Conference. Here we go. Raiders again back on the attack. Cook on it. Sends it out wide. Big ball in. Collision. Another header by the I think that was the Cardinals that popped it up and over the goal, but Raiders with a good attack, Cardinals with some good defense, and referee is calling for a corner kick. And it's going to be Jack Poole out there on his own. So we're going to anticipate a more traditional approach than the short approach we saw before. Sends it in. It's kind of low. Driving kick again. Punched out by goalkeeper Mitchell Schrader, who follows up with another good save there and gives it a ride up the field. Push off on the Raiders there, and Cardinals will get a free kick at about the middle of the field. Probably a little too far to have it be a scoring opportunity, but they're going to probably try to push this up to as far offensively as they can and just see what happens. Raiders pride themselves on shutouts, so even their strikers like to come back and help on plays like that to try to maintain the shutouts. They're back on the attack. They send it wide. That's Rebeus. And him on his own, takes a longer blast. It's about a 25-yard shot. Gets some good velocity on it, but Mitchell Schrader there to make the save for the Cardinals. Really nice save again by Mitchell Schrader. Good crossing ball in by the Raiders, and he disrupts that grabs it out of the air. A lot of times goalies do a lot of kind of punching and deflecting, which often can lead to rebound shots or other opportunities. So when you can grab it just out of the air like that, you save yourself a lot more pressure with what could come next. Comes Cook again up the middle, gets a little too far out in front of him. Ball gets out of bounds and will be a Raiders throw. Now about almost 9 minutes into the second half, our score remains Hudson Raiders 4, Chippewa Falls Cardinals 0. Good cut play there by Poole, or that's Lassard. A few too many dribbles, maybe. It's hard to get through so many defenders in a small area. Lassard did it admirably, but ended up losing it. Kind of wanted a call. He might have been grabbed a little bit, but as I said earlier, it takes a lot to get a PK in any league at any level. Owen Miller and Paul Rebeus with some good defense down there. Have some players coming in. Diego Vega for the Raiders. They're all running sideways, so I can't see any numbers. So I apologize to all of you out there viewing. Be a throw in here for the Raiders. Looks like number 12. Xavier Island taking the kick or throw in, gets it into Lassard, who looks like he's gearing up for a big blast. About 26 yards out, and looked like maybe hit the ground first on that kick, so was not able to get the blast off he was hoping for. Kick up the field. Vega on it. Over to Lassard. Looked for the corner, but there's some good defense there. Ball sneaks through to Rebeus. Collision. Not enough for a foul there. Takes a lot, like I said. Referee bringing in Sam Olsen coming off. High ball for the Raiders in. Vegas saves it, heads it back. Nice play. Raiders keep it. Cook is on it, but really nice takeaway there by number 13, Isaac Dahl of Chippewa Falls. And the Raiders continue to move it. Vega gets it back, sends it over to Quinn Packard, who's sending it out to Xavier Island. Xavier Island on it. Little left-footed cross. Gets it into Jack Poole, but it just takes a hard deflection off of him and gathered in by Mitchell Schrader. All right. Chippewa Falls back on the attack, trying to sneak a ball through, but the Raiders' defense is strong. So Xavier Island with the clear. Lassard on it. It's number 12, Keller Riley entering the game for Chippewa Falls, and number 14, Kieran Britz in for the Raiders. Xavier Island down there in the end, shielding that ball, letting it go out for a goal kick for the Raiders. Oh, great ball through. That's Poole on the far left. Does a pullback, does a little sneaky ball across, but everybody over pursued a bit. Nobody stayed out. And Chippewa Falls gets the clear. It's a good pass up by Teddy Anderson there from the defense to move it up the field. That ball just snuck by Xavier Island. Tough play there by Cale Dillenbeck of the Chippewa Falls. A little bit of a kind of a collision. Looks like Island got injured somehow on the play. Tough to say what it was on that play. Let's see if I can see a replay quick. A lot of battling going on that sideline there. Yeah, he looked okay. I think it maybe his ankle a little bit. Something with his leg, maybe it looked like, because he was ready to take the throw and then something didn't feel right. So he sat down, but it looks like he's walking off the field pretty good. So hopefully he just needs a little breather and will be back in the action again. Big throw all the way back to Kieran Britz. Brings it back to Parker Strumke and up to Teddy Anderson, who moves that ball up the field. Nice ball. Just gets away from Poole. Here we go. On the attack, but Raiders hold off, get that ball out. It's Sullivan Kelly in the game. On the defensive side, that ball did go out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. Looks like number 22, Brody Stoll, lining up to come into the game for the Cardinals at the next break. Giovanni Morales with the ball in the middle, gets it off to Calvin Lassard, who tries to feed it up the middle to Poole, but too much in the wrong angle. Raiders throw here be Sully Kelly into Poole. Brings it back to Teddy Anderson. Sends it through, but disrupted by the Cardinals, who get a good turn. Now they're advancing. Takes a blast from about 20 yards. I don't think he really got his body turned the right way to get a true shot on goal, but it was a good blast and sends it wide and high. And Cardinals getting their first, starting to penetrate a little bit more offensively, and making some things happen like they did towards the end of the second half. Strumke with the goal kick here for the Raiders. Sends a long kick. Has a great kick. Morales gets it into Lassard, who sends it up to Poole. Tries to sneak it out wide to Vega. Gets deflected a bit, and Cardinals play it safe by kicking it out, but they're going to give the Raiders a corner kick, and that can be dangerous. That's number 20 of the Raiders, Eric Palm, entering the game. So we got Cook and Poole playing the two-man, the short game. Poole takes the shot and got some good velocity on that shot, but just kind of spun its way out and was not necessarily on target. So good play though. Got to take some of those shots, mix it up a little bit. All right, throw in by the Raiders. Quick take. Try to go for that little short drop pass, but disrupted by the Cardinals and kicked out of bounds. Will be a throw in for the Raiders deep in their own deep in their offensive end. Bringing it back to Giovanni Morales. Over to Sullivan Kelly. So that's a nice cross. Headed out by the Cardinals. Raiders try to pop it back in though. And booted out of bounds by the Cardinals. Will be a Raiders throw in. In the queue to enter the game is number 7, Griffin Yonk of the Cardinals. Oh, it's a great pass back there. Booted out by the Cardinals. Another throw in for the Raiders. It appears to be number 5, Henry Newman of the Raiders, lined up to come into the game as well. All right, here we go. Throw in for the Cardinals at about close to the 61-minute mark. That means we're down to about 19 minutes in the match. Raiders continue to lead 4-0. We've had sneaky shot there by number 8, Drayson Simonson, freshman of the Cardinals, and Strumke taps that out. I'm not sure if it was really on goal or not, but to be safe, Strumke tapped it away, and Cardinals will have a dangerous corner kick opportunity here. Last time they had one, they almost put it in. It's a low ball, but it's a high. They got their head on it again. They're winning those balls and getting header shots, and that one just kind of screamed a bit off to the side, and good attempt by the Cardinals. I think we had number 6 of the Cardinals, Nathan Murkey, enter the game. So we have not had any goal scoring here. We had a 4-goal half for the Raiders in the first half, and no goals yet the second half by either team. Not exactly sure what Diego Vega was doing there, but I think he was taking a shot because he unloaded, but it just went off his foot sideways and spun out and went high. It happens. Huge throw for Chippewa Falls there, headed out by the Raiders, and that'll be another throw for the Cardinals. Another header out by the Raiders will give the Cardinals another throw in. They're slowly creeping up the field on these throw ins. Big ball up. And again, the Raiders booted out of bounds. Will be another throw in. So with 3 throw ins, the Cardinals have moved the ball up about 70 yards on the football field, at least. And get another throw in. Big throw. Almost a corner kick in there. Chippewa Falls had some good opportunity there. Little side kick there by Morales to get it out. Little cut play there by number 4, Grant Von Hayden, but the Raiders keep that ball moved out. Be a throw in here for the Cardinals. Clear by the Raiders. Got it up to Eric Palm, who's going to carry it up a bit. Gives a nice through ball to Will Cook. And that's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. It's number 8 entering the game for the Raiders, Brian Wright. I believe the entire Raiders roster is now played in the game, so that's always good for the program as well. Everybody getting some experience under the lights on the big field. Helps create the depth you need to get through the season and into the postseason. All right, we're down to about a little under 15 minutes left in the match. Hometown Hudson Raiders in blue with 4 goals, visiting Chippewa Falls High School, Cardinals in white, 0. Ball comes across, Morales on it, sends it back to Sullivan Kelly, gets it out to Diego Vega, sends it up the line. Out of bounds off the Raiders, and that'll be a throw in for the Cardinals. Oh, or actually a free kick. It looked like I guess they had the window bar in the way there. Free kick there. Must have been a little push-off foul of some sort on the Raiders, and the ball gets out of bounds or gets pushed up by the Raiders, but the Cardinals on it. Up the middle, taken by Morales. Push-off sends Vega to the ground, and that'll give the Raiders a free kick. Actually, a little bit of a trip. Feet got tangled, but not a purposeful trip, but as a trip. Cardinals crowding the ball a bit. You're supposed to give 10 yards. They're about 5 yards off, but can play that game a little bit where you make the ref count it off. If you do it too many times, it can be a cardable offense. Packard with the butt kick. That's a nice floater right into the scoring area. Good play for the Raiders. Got the head on it. In for the Cardinals, number 23, Slate Brook, and number 9, Colin Subert. Goal kick here, big boot out of Mitchell Schrader, who's had a very nice game despite the score. You might think that that maybe the goalkeeping hasn't been so strong, but Mitchell's played a very nice game overall. Lots of pressure, lots of shots, faced a PK, couple tough deflections. Made some great saves though. Got a Raiders throw here up the sideline, and looks like it's going to be off the Raiders, and the Cardinals will get the ball back for the throw-in. High lofted throw. He gets a lot of distance, but ball gets up high. Good challenge for the ball there, chest to chest, no foul. Gets the ball off. Raiders are going to try for a foot race here. 21, Conrad Gebauer. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so forgive me, but a nice hustle play there, and he gets the clear. Offsides there on the Raiders. It's Lincoln Solano over there on the far right, attacking position for the Raiders. Henry Newman on it in the middle. Over to Giovanni Morales. Sullivan Kelly. Raiders moving it around well. Sends the ball up. Eric Palm's on it, getting challenged, and that is going to be a corner kick for the Raiders. Got a little less than 10 minutes in the match. We have about 5 players entering the game for the Cardinals. Comes a corner kick. It's a high ball. Little further out than you necessarily like. Nice save by Mitchell Schrader again. Gets himself in the right place. He's very tall, so he covers and shields a lot of territory. He took that one off the chest, which goalkeepers have to be ready to take that ball just about anywhere. And he took it, and now he's queuing up a goal kick after it goes out of bounds. We're now down under 9 minutes left in the match. Raiders hold their 4-0 lead. They had that in the first half. Could be a moral victory of some sort for the Cardinals if they can hold the Raiders to no scores here. That's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders deep in their own territory. Cardinals try to send it up the field. Hard through ball, and that's going to be another goal kick for the Cardinals. Number 19, Kevin Liang in the game for the Cardinals. Nice play there by Kieran Britz, getting the header up. Ball gets out to Vega. Oh, great save. Great save by Mitchell Schrader. Raiders with a great opportunity there deflects it out of bounds. Let's see if I can see who got that shot off. Looking at the replay, or the simulcast is a few seconds behind. That was Quinn Packard. Wasn't quite able to get a full blast. He was kind of flat-footed, which is, you can't help that. But then the ball kind of just came to him, and can't really get a solid blast when you're flat on your feet. But he still made a great effort. Packard did, and Raiders can't capitalize. And now we're down in Chippewa Falls territory. Kevin Lang getting a lot of feet going after that ball. Goes down. Raiders with the foul, and Chippewa Falls will have a good opportunity here to put this ball in a spot where they can make something happen. It's number 9, Colin Subert, getting ready to take this kick. It's a great ball. It's right where you want it. He bend it. It was bending it, and they sneak one in too. Just the ball goes wide. So good possession for the Cardinals. Just again, no goal. In for the Raiders now, number 23, Adrian Morales. Got a couple of brothers here. We have Giovanni and Adrian Morales on the team for the Raiders. All right, Strumke, with about 5 minutes left, is going to take this goal kick. I'll say this is a superior Chippewa Falls team to what I've seen in the past. And they showed it in the first half. They've shown it in the second half. More action, more life, more tenacity than I've seen out of them in the last few years. So kudos to their team and their coaches for that. Raiders pushing in back now, trying to reset, trying to still put something on the board in this half. Sullivan Kelly with the ball in the middle. It's nice sneaky through ball there. Good cross by the Raiders. Two guys were waiting, but Mitchell Schrader again with a nice, using that height advantage and his good hands. He pulls that ball out, prevents a goal for the Raiders. That was pretty much a sure goal if it had gotten through. Packard on it. Giovanni Morales over to Brian Quinn. Deflected out by Chippewa Falls. Down to about 4 minutes in the match. Just so I don't forget, this broadcast is brought to you by the River Channel. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in for tonight's match, and we invite you to the next broadcast, which for sure will be Saturday. I think I have the time here. That would be, the Raiders will play at noon against Cedarburg here at Hudson Raider Stadium, and that game will be broadcast. I will not be here, so there may be an announcer, or you may just see the game. Either way, enjoy it. It should be a great matchup, and Raiders also have a game Friday, so that Saturday game could be, those are back-to-back games of Friday late afternoon game followed by an early Saturday game. So you never know how that'll play out, but the Raiders are usually more than ready for those matches. So should be some good soccer this weekend for the Raiders. And then they will be back again after that with an away game on the 16th at Eau Claire Memorial, which is always a big game. And then on the 18th with a home game versus River Falls. Down to 2.5 minutes. Raiders continue to hold 4-0, but Chippewa Falls on the attack again. They get a deflected play there. Their defense, playing defense everywhere on the field, is paying off for the Cardinals. getting some opportunities. And Strumke ends up with it in his sure hands, and he gives that ball a ride. He said, let's just get it out of here. Down to 2 minutes. Packard on it. Just going to turn it up. Going to take a long shot, and he buries it. Wow. Wow, Quinn Packard from, I need to see the distance, but that was at least 25 yards. And it's just a well-placed shot. He is at the 22, so 32-yard shot for Quinn Packard. Buries it in the lower left corner.
Scoring for Hudson, number 9, Quinn Packard.
All right, well, Raiders went 38 minutes into the second half before putting the 5th goal on the board after scoring 4 in the first half, and hold a 5-0 lead now with less than a minute and a half left in the game. Captain Quinn Packard with just a solid blast from distance, but a well-placed shot and well-deserved goal by Packard there. Down to a minute and 10 seconds. Raiders still on the attack.
1 minute remaining in half 1 minute.
Raiders do not stop. They don't care what the score is. They don't care how much time in. They're always playing strong. So that was Quinn Packard's 2nd goal of the season. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We're going to be having the final countdown in just a few minutes. We appreciate all of you, and excited with the Raiders taking now. They will enter the weekend games with a 4-0-1 undefeated record. So congrats, Hudson Raiders, and thanks to the Chippewa Falls team for a good matchup. Despite the score, there was a lot of good challenges in this match, and we wish the Chippewa Falls Cardinals luck in the future. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.